First of all, let me start by saying, or wishing, I should say, wishing everybody Happy New Year. Hopefully everybody had a good Christmas. I know I did. I did my annual Santa Claus thing for the little kids, and that's something that really warms my heart because there's nothing as comforting as when you see the smile of a child. Um, all that being said, the reason for this video today is a lot of people are asking me about cloaking. So I want to do this video to kind of explain what my theory of cloaking is. Now that doesn't mean it's the right theory. I'm no scientist. I'm just going by what I see and what I've studied. Now first of all, cloaking means to conceal, hide, cover, veil, shroud, screen, mask, cloud, envelop, surround, cocoon, disguise, or camouflage, or obscure oneself. And when we refer that to Bigfoot, we mean that they are able to, it seems like they're able to appear and disappear and reappear at will. Now I know this from a video that I edited for a friend of mine in Russia a while back, and I caught a real Sasquatch cloaking. And ever since then, it's been of great interest to me, so I've been doing a lot of research on it. People send me pictures and videos from all over the world to look at for them now, and it's something that I really appreciate that, and I value that. Like I say, in this subject, we have to learn to exchange ideas, because if we don't, we're never going to advance in this subject. But anyway, getting back to the video here, these pictures that I'm going to show you were taken from a video that was done by my friends Nick and Amy Deerhart, Call of the Crow. They have a YouTube channel, and it's called Call of the Crow, and it's a very good channel. I suggest anybody who hasn't gone there to go there, subscribe. And they have some very good content. They live and do their research in southeastern New Mexico, and they have befriended a clan of Bigfoot there, and that clan of Bigfoot happens to trust them a great deal. And we know this because of the videos. If you see their videos, if you see the first ones, as opposed to the ones that they just put out now, you're going to see how they're getting closer and closer and closer to these beings, and that's because they trust them. I've known Nick and Amy for over 2 years now, and they're good people, and I think that the only way Sasquatch is going to trust you to get close to them is if they know in their heart that you're a good person, and I think that's evident in the way you act, the way you carry yourself when you're in these wild places. Now our researchers, and that's what I call them because they are researchers, they go all over the world. I mean, they go to these wild places all over the world, and they're people we trust, and that's the reason that we follow them on social media. Anyway, getting back to the video again, our journey begins understanding that these beings use every part of nature to their advantage, like trees, bushes, boulders, weeds, fallen trees, branches, or anything that can break up their silhouette. So when you're hiking by, if you happen to glance there, at first appearance, it seems like everything's okay, but now the more we get into this, the more we understand that that's not always the case. But how do we know this? Well, let me show you how. I have pictures of different trees, structures, and stuff from people send me this stuff from all over the world. Okay, and we know that they use the trees because we have too much evidence to show otherwise. Now, how they do it, that's something we're trying to figure out now. But like I say, it's not my job to try to convince anybody that Bigfoot exists. I know they exist. We're simply trying to figure out how they're able to be so elusive for so long. And we're starting to get closer and closer to the truth. The way I discovered cloaking was through a video of a friend of mine from Russia, and I happened to catch it in the background of it. And if you haven't seen it, go to my YouTube channel, I'm Martinez, and look at my Bigfoot cloaking video, and you understand what I'm talking about. So, they use the trees, they use everything in nature to their advantage, let's put it that way. So, a lot of times when you're out there and you feel like something is staring at you, you're probably right, there probably is something staring at you. We know that they live in these trees, like this picture right here, for example. See, I can't explain what's going on here. These are pictures that people send me, and they ask me what's going on, and I'll be honest with you, I can't tell them. I could tell them my theory, what I think may be going on, but we really don't know. But I mean, I know that that's not normal. Look at that tree, look real good at that picture, and tell me if you think that's normal. It's not. Here's another one. This is a picture I took up in the mountains of northern New Mexico a while back, and it's this boulder growing under this tree, and it looks like a portal to another dimension or something. I don't know. Like I say, we're really figuring this out now. But we also know that they live in caves, they live in caverns, and they live in the ground. A friend of mine from Russia, he sent me a bunch of pictures of one of their caverns, and in fact, this picture is of that. You'll see that there's holes all over the side of this mountain, and if you look close in those holes, you'll see their faces. Now he says that these clans, that there's one alpha male in every clan, and they'll find these caverns, they'll live there for a while, and it's always away from humans, and then they all move together in big circles, but and they end up coming back to that same area after a while, but they all do what the alpha male says. So he calls the shots, what he says goes. Until he gets old, then he gets unseated, and then he goes on his own, and then the younger ones come in and take over. But in that movie, in the video Call of the Crows, this video right here, Nick happened to walk up on this ground structure right here. Now, this is the first one of two that I'm going to show you, okay? Now, at first glance, this appears to be normal, but if you look closer, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Now, first of all, what's going on here? Okay, well, first of all, you see a trident right there, right above it, okay? And we all know that tridents are markers that they use to mark the territory. But not only that, look at all the little dirt piles that are all over here. We have been seeing people send us videos that they do research that they're doing, and there's dirt piles everywhere. What are those dirt piles from? In the middle of nowhere, all of a sudden you see dirt piles. Well, that's because they're digging these caverns and they're burying themselves in them. And if you'll notice in here, there's another thing going on here. Now, this structure, if you'll notice, it has a big X right in the center of it on the ground. Okay, that's another marking that they use. But look real close at the pictures. You will see faces coming in and out of the dirt right there. And like I say, we still don't know what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not convinced, here's another one. Here's another picture that I want you to look at. Now, when Nick walked up on this is what he saw. Now, first of all, what do you see there? Okay, you see a little trident upside down. Okay, and then a bunch of little tree knots all over. And I think those tree knots are like what the little kids used to play with. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure. But if you'll notice in the picture as well, you're going to see. You can see where the dirt has been disturbed all around there, all the way up into the bottom of the tree right there. If you look closer, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Now, at first glance, it appears to be normal. If you were just walking in the mountains or whatever, you would see that. You wouldn't think twice about it unless you're into this Bigfoot subject. Because if you really look at that, there's nobody that is going to tell me or convince me that that is natural. You do not see that in the mountains. That's not natural. Something put that thing there. Something, that's like a stack of logs or whatever, a pile of that. In other words, that was placed there by some sort of being, human, whatever the case may be. Now we know that they're Sasquatch. But if you look close at these pictures, you're going to start seeing faces appear in and out of the dirt in different areas. Now, what am I talking about? You're saying, okay, well, let's look closer, okay? Okay, now, if you'll notice under the bush right there appears to be some kind of silhouette of a face, right? So you say, well, no, that can't be a face. But look, as you look under the trees, what do you see right there? Those are eyes right there. If you look at it up close, you have to put this on your computer and in a big screen. And then on that other circle, those are actual teeth under there. So there's something under those. There's something under those piles of whatever that is right there. And on these next pictures, you're going to see, like I said again, you're going to see faces appearing, disappearing at will. None of these pictures are, none of them have been photoshopped or anything like that. This is just what they do. This is what cloaking is. They have the ability to appear, reappear, and disappear at will. Now we're starting to figure out a little bit more how they're doing it, and this is one of the ways they're doing it. They have these holes that dug out all over, and they're able to get in there when people are coming by, and people just walk by them, not thinking twice about it. But anybody who knows anything about this subject knows that that is not natural. We also know, and I have several pictures to prove it. That's the thing. This is proof. Pictures are proof. We have the proof to show it. It's not just theory or talk. We have pictures, thousands of pictures that prove this. people, they're supposed to put their way in the water. There's another one. You think that's a waterfall you're looking at? It is a waterfall, but right under that, real close, there's a Bigfoot there. And you can see him clearly looking at you. So we know they like the water. We know all this. All we have to do is open your mind and believe.